For more on this, let's turn to independent senator from Vermont, Bernie Sanders. Senator, great to have you with us tonight. I appreciate it. This is a parallel to what we're seeing in tax policy, I believe, Senator, that we are favoring the wealthy again and sticking it to the little guy and hurting American families who desperately need that cheap food policy. Senator, put it together for us. Where can we correct this? Well, your thoughts?
Well, Ed, I appreciate very much that you're focusing on something that we don't talk enough about. And that is today, poverty in America is at almost a 50-year high. We have 46 million people living in poverty. We have the highest rate of childhood poverty in the industrialized world. We have millions of seniors today who are wondering how they're going to be eating tomorrow, and they suffer illness as a result. So when you have a declining middle class and people fall into poverty, when you have real wages going down for millions of Americans, what you end up with is a real need for food on behalf of millions and millions of children and seniors. And let's be clear, most of the families that receive food stamps have kids. Many of them are working families, and many others are senior citizens. Those are the people who get food stamps. And we have got to decide in this country, at a time when we're seeing outrageous wealth and income inequality, richest people doing phenomenally well, middle class disappearing, poverty terribly high, are we going to make certain that nobody in this great country goes hungry, or are we going to do as the Republicans want, make massive cuts in food stamp programs, nutrition programs for seniors, and other programs? And I think the answer is pretty obvious. The American people understand that in this great country, people should not go hungry.
No question about it. No doubt about it. But what we are seeing here is distorted priorities. The Tea Party, all of a sudden, they're silent. They have no problem with these billions of dollars going to big agribusiness and all of the wealth going to the wealthiest farmers who are out there, while the little guy gets kicked to the side of the road along with the recipients of food stamps. There is no fat in food stamps as I see it. There is no fat in school nutritional programs, which is needed by, of course, the portion of the population that you're talking about. Senator, how do we fix this? What would be the correct move?
Well, the correct move, it seems to me, are two basic issues. Number one, as a nation, we have got to defend the social safety net and understand that we cannot allow a situation to exist where kids or seniors go hungry. But that's not just food stamps, Ed. As you and I have talked many times, that is Social Security, that's Medicare, that's Medicaid. But protecting the social safety net so that people do not go hungry in America is one thing. The other thing is we have to deal with the poverty issue. And how do you deal with that? You deal with it by creating millions and millions of decent paying jobs. You got to put people back to work. Real unemployment today is close to 14%. Let's rebuild our infrastructure, transform our energy system, put millions of people back to work, give them a paycheck. Most working people would rather have a paycheck than be on food stamps.
Senator, I want to focus now on GMOs. Your amendment to let states label GMOs, genetically modified organisms, was voted down. Why don't more senators get on board with this, recognizing the danger that is involved here?
Well, here's what the story is, Ed. I think all over this country, I can tell you it's certainly true in Vermont, people want to know that the quality of the food they're eating and what they're giving to their kids is good quality. We just don't know all that much about genetically modified food. So my amendment was a pretty conservative amendment. It said that in states like Vermont and Connecticut and other states where legislatures are voting for labeling on food products that have GMO product, let them go forward. Now, Monsanto and the other big companies, they're saying, oh, no, states can't do it. It's a federal prerogative. My amendment said that if California, Vermont, Connecticut, other states want to go forward, they should have the right. Now, what we know, Ed, is that all over Europe, we got dozens and dozens of countries which, in fact, do label GMO products. We should be able to do that in the United States as well.
Senator Bernie Sanders, always great to have you with us on the Ed Show. Appreciate you being here tonight.